Perhaps this year, more than ever, it feels like the tools and tactics we use to acquire new customers for our e-commerce businesses are changing all the time. With Google adding and removing features almost constantly and new products for us to learn like TikTok emerging all the time, I have to be honest and say that at times it feels almost impossible for us to keep up. So I thought I'd start a new series on my channel, unpacking the recent changes in the digital marketing landscape and breaking down how they impact business owners when it comes to growing their presence and customer base. I want to keep this as bite-sized as possible and to the point. So let's kick off straight away. What on earth happened last month? It's no secret that the big ad platforms love nothing more than to borrow ideas from each other. But this month marked a serious change in how transparent Google is around advertiser activity. And it seems heavily inspired by Facebook. For a while, you've been able to look at the Facebook ads library to see exactly what competitors or even advertisers from different verticals have been launching on the platform. I found this really useful for getting inspiration for new ad creative, as well as keeping an eye on competitors' promotions and product launches. Annoyingly though, the only way you've been able to look at competitors' ads on Google has been through expensive third-party tools. And even then I feel like we miss a lot of information. While they've leveled the playing field here now, we can actually see exactly what search, display, and video creatives other websites have live on Google Ads. Finding these couldn't be simpler. For example, let's say I want to see what Nike have live. I type in something I'm pretty confident they'd appear for, like buy trainers, and sure enough, we can see an ad from them here. If I click this arrow next to their URL, I get a window where I can click see more ads from this advertiser. This pulls up everything they have live, and I can immediately see they have a bunch of search ads live, which is great for ad copy inspiration. Now, if I want to see any other formats they have running, I just select it at the top. For example, if I click video, I can see all the video creative they've got live, which I might send to one of my designers to give them some ideas. This is definitely a useful tool for us, but it's also a sign of things to come, with Google being increasingly transparent as to what other advertisers are up to. Speaking of ad platforms borrowing ideas from each other, it's not just Google taking a little inspiration from its competitors. TikTok have been rolling out a host of features that e-commerce entrepreneurs can leverage this year. TikTok Shop, for example. Their next one's a little more shameless though, as they've just announced a new campaign type called Smart Performance Campaigns. Yeah, this sounds a lot like Google's Performance Max campaigns to me, and to be honest, the functionality sounds pretty similar too. In their announcement, they described the feature like this. Smart Performance Campaign is our first end-to-end automation solution that leverages machine learning to optimize for best performance and marketing goals. All you need is a marketing objective, budget, country, and creative assets to get started. It sounds like TikTok's only in the very early stages of rolling this out, as it's only available for Android app campaigns at the moment, and only in a handful of markets. They're looking to expand this to web campaigns in the very near future though, so I'm looking forward to testing this out with some of my campaigns. Make sure you subscribe if you want to hear first about how it's performed for me. Google announced another new feature in October that, while it's only in beta, I think will grow into something really powerful for e-commerce advertisers. They've introduced product feeds to use within discovery ad campaigns. Discovery ads have always been about showing the right ad to someone at the right time, regardless of where they're at in Google's ecosystem. But this update means they should also be shown the right product too, and be taken to the relevant product page instead of the homepage. If Google's machine learning does its job, this should really cut down on the amount of time it takes to set up a discovery campaign while improving their performance specifically for e-commerce. This is ready for anyone to access, but you'll need to create a new discovery campaign to link your Google Merchant Center feed to. I'll absolutely be testing this out over the next few months, and we'll give you guys an update on my thoughts once we've run a couple of tests. As it's a beta product, it may not show up automatically in your account, but if you speak to your Google rep or Google support, they should be able to open up access for you. This is a bit of a bonus one for this first video. While I keep on top of developments when it comes to products and features across Google, Meta, and Microsoft ads, I have to be honest and say hearing about the competition between the three is a bit of a guilty pleasure of mine. All three had their Q3 earnings calls last month, and there are some interesting insights we can pull out to show us the direction ad spend's starting to go in as we approach 2023. Interestingly, Meta saw a 4% decline in ad revenue, which is huge when you consider how much money they actually make off ads. It's easy to say this shows marketers starting to move their budgets in other directions, but daily active users actually grew by 2% quarter on quarter. Given that the majority of our potential customers are on this platform and the numbers only growing, you're unlikely to see me pulling any budget away from Meta over the holiday period. Aside from this, something else I found really interesting was some of the details from Microsoft's earnings call. I think it's easy for some search marketers to overlook Bing and other Microsoft products, but Q3 saw a whopping 16% increase in ad spend across search ads for Microsoft. I wonder if this is a byproduct of CPCs continuing to increase across Google Ads and marketers are finally starting to respond and look at other options. I've seen some strong results from Bing ads this year, and it's definitely something we can expect to see improve even more if businesses like ours start to shift their budget in that direction. Overall, it's definitely been another fast-paced month in the industry, but a few new tools have been announced that I'm super excited to get my hands on. I'd love to get your feedback on this style of video, so let me know in the comments if you want to see another one of these videos next month before Christmas rolls around, and also if you've got any suggestions. It's moved on a bit further. Okay, let's go back there. Okay. About there. There's a bit of a... Okay, this way. I'm going to change that to which is great. Yeah, okay.